HawksNest. Today, my name is Owen Carando. I'll be your host. I'm joined by Justin Trevelyan. And Justin, let's just hop right into it. SEMO Football plays Murray State at home this weekend, and Murray State has not won a game on the road yet. And when you kind of look at Murray State, they were projected in the preseason poll to finish first in the OVC, but they come into this game losing their only OVC game that they played, and their quarterback has thrown 10 interceptions to 0 touchdowns. And on the other side of the ball for SEMO, their defense forced 6 turnovers last week. So, I mean, really, we could see this game get ugly early on quick.
That definitely looks like a mismatch when you look at SEMO's defense compared to Murray State's offense. But, I mean, the way SEMO has been playing these last couple games defensively has been excellent. And I think if they can just force a couple of those turnovers, and it sounds like Murray State will be throwing some interceptions, if they can turn those turnovers into points, I think SEMO could come away with the win here.
Yeah, moving on to volleyball. They face SIUE Cougars this weekend, who are 5-13, and when you look at it, this upcoming stretch for volleyball, it's a tough one, but it's going to be the most crucial when it boils down to who wins the OVC champion in volleyball. I mean, when you look at it, you face SIUE, as I mentioned, here at home this weekend. Then you have Tennessee Tech 2 weeks from now, or next week, and then you have Austin Peay. So you're facing, how do I say this, a not-so-great team, and then you face 2 really solid teams.
Well, I would say you definitely want to take away these wins against SIUE if possible, you know. I mean, they're not the strongest team, so I don't think SEMO will have very much trouble with them. But you definitely don't want to drop one going into these tough opponents with Tennessee Tech and Austin Peay. You definitely want to at least win one of those to try to cement yourself toward the top of the OVC standings.
Yeah, moving on to soccer. Soccer's won their last 2 games, which have both been OVC matchups as we're getting later on in the year, and they only have 3 games left. But, I mean, those 3 games that they have left are really tough games. I mean, you face SIUE, you face Morehead State. So you look at it, both of those teams are 4 and 5 seeding-wise in the OVC conference. So if you're SEMO, you kind of want to try to crawl up into there. So if you take those 2 games, that kind of pushes you up in the standings a little bit, and you want to kind of crawl up in there because you do not want to be the 8th seed going into this tournament.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be that low a seed in this tournament. OVC soccer is good. I mean, there's a lot of good teams. But SEMO definitely wants to take away those two out of these next 3 games at the least. And I think if they can keep playing the stellar defense that they've been showing all season, and they can get just a couple more scoring opportunities, I believe they can do it, and I think they can get higher up in those seedings.
Yeah, you mentioned scoring opportunities, and that seems like something that SEMO has kind of struggled to create here as the season has went on. But then on the other side of the ball, they have been playing really good defense. I mean, when you only give up one goal a game or sometimes 0 goals a game and you lose games 1-0, I mean, that's got to be tough.
Yeah, it's definitely tough to play so well and not have your offense hold up their end of the deal. But, you know, I think after these couple games, I think their scoring players have definitely built up some confidence, and I think that's going to look good going into these final 3 games.
This has been another episode of HawksNest. Thank you all for joining us.